So we're back. Part 2 to the recap of what's gone so far. We've gone over the relaxation ritual, the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, the tarot contemplation ritual, a simple exercise that you can use the tarot with to learn more about yourself, and a simple way to use the tarot for divination purposes. Now, as you can probably see, this is my ritual diary. I'm getting ready to do my nightly ritual. Now, in the video before this one, I said that I wanted to perform the lesser banishing ritual on camera so that you could get the form down. But at the current time, my nightly ritual takes about an hour, which is way too long for a YouTube video. They cap me off at 15 minutes. Now, the relaxation ritual takes about 2 to 3 minutes, and the lesser banishing ritual about 10 to 15. The middle pillar also takes about 10 to 15. The reason why mine takes so long is because I've added in something that the modern magic book doesn't go into, and that's rhythmic breathing practice. And that takes anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes, depending on how long I practice. And that's why my nightly ritual is now taking an hour every night. Which for me is perfectly acceptable. But some people don't want to spend that much time. And that's understandable. That's why the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram and the relaxation ritual aren't necessarily long, drawn-out rituals. So, I'm going to go into just that, the rhythmic breathing exercise, because this is something I just found out and is really helpful, so I want to share it with you. And it uses, go figure, the tarot. Another thing I mentioned in a couple videos back was I was going to show you proper altar setup, and I'm going to do that tonight as well. So, we begin. From the video earlier showing you how to use the tarot exercises, my entire deck's all in one. So for starters, I have to remove the major arcana so I can use it on my tarot contemplation ritual at the end of my ritual process tonight. And also, for my rhythmic breathing exercise, I will be removing the 4 aces. Now, in the tarot contemplation video, I told you to take out specific cards from the major arcana before doing the ritual. And this was because these certain cards carried preconceived notions of good or bad. You're going to notice I don't take those cards out. And that's because I've been doing the tarot contemplation ritual for so long, it doesn't matter anymore. After 3 to 4 weeks of doing the tarot contemplation ritual, when you've really got the cards that are left, I do believe it's 16, when you really have a good meaning for each one of those cards built up in your head, usually about three weeks in, that's when you could go and add the cards you've taken out back into the major arcana. So, I have my major arcana, and I have my 4 aces. Put my major arcana back away, as we won't need that until the end of the ritual. And I'll keep the aces off to the side. And ritual altar setup. Basic altar, and what you will probably be working with for the most part. 2 candles and an incense burner. Charcoal. Good quality granular incense. Cone incense, you can use it to start off with. I did, but it works like shit. If you leave it in a cone, it doesn't put off enough smoke, and if you crush it up and try to put it on charcoal, it burns up too fast. So there's really no way to win. And that is what real granular incense looks like. And it smells completely different from cone incense. Honestly, real frankincense, which is what this is, smells like shit. And it took me a long time to get used to the smell. Now I love it, but when I first got it, I was like, whoa! You serious? Yeah. And that is your basic altar setup with no tools of any kind. Just candles, burner. Now, here's another little trick to these aces. Here is the real setup and what you will be aspiring to achieve is making these on your own by hand. A cup, a dagger, a wand, and a pentacle. Oh, wow, who put that there? That could mean something. Wow. Not only that, but when you make it by hand, guess what colors you're painting it? Ah. Yeah. Now, you can use these aces in place of the actual tools, because all the tools are is symbols that represent an element. So using these are perfectly viable, but then you can't move them from the positions. You have the dagger in the east, the wand in the south, cup in the west, and the pentacle in the north. But like I said, if you use your aces, then you have to keep them where they are. Otherwise, your energies will be out of balance. And that is where I come into my next little hint of advice here. Because I do have some real physical symbols. Although they're not handcrafted and they're not correct, they're still symbols. Either use them all or don't use any, because you don't want to have an imbalance of energies. And that is a proper altar setup. The cup would be filled with water, and the plate would be filled with rock salt to represent the pentacle, earth. Wand, dagger, which is actually supposed to be yellow. And I got that from the paganism side of things. They told me that a black-hilted dagger was the air dagger. And when I actually read the Kabbalah, it's a yellow dagger is the air dagger, and this black-hilted dagger is what you use to draw the pentagrams with the lesser banishing ritual. But, like I said, you can use your index finger, and I'm more comfortable with my index finger at this point until I get a yellow dagger, and I could use that dagger for its intended purpose. Now, we're running out of time fast, so I'm not going to actually go into the entire ritual. But here is the rhythmic breathing process known as the Four Fold Rite of the Tarot. You cast your circle, light some incense, perform the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, and then you lay the aces out, like so, with the Ace of Wands in the east and the Ace of Pentacles in the west. Now, you spend 4 seconds looking at each card. And back up 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds. Take mental notes of each image. 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds. Now you begin rhythmic breathing. Breathe into the count of 4. Hold your breath to the count of 4. Breathe out to the count of 4. Hold your breath with your lungs empty till the count of 4. Breathe into the count of 4. Hold your lungs full to the count of 4. Breathe out to the count of 4. Hold your lungs empty till the count of 4. Now, while you're doing this, look at each card during each cycle. Keep making mental notes. Now, close your eyes, continue the fourfold breath. Into the count of 4, mentally vision the card. Mentally visualize the card. Hold your breath till the count of 4, mentally visualize that card. Breathe out to the count of 4, now mentally visualize that card. Hold your breath empty till the count of 4 and visualize that card. Now, while you're doing this and visualizing these cards, see how they flow downwards. See how they represent the 4 fours. I haven't got into that yet, but the tree of life has a separate tree for each ace. Atziluth, Bria, Yetzirah, and Asaya. So that's 40 Sephirot in all. I know that's getting extremely complicated, but just you see how it flows together and forms Yad, He, Vav, He, which is the 4-letter name of God, the 4 elements. Also, male superior, female superior, male inferior, female inferior. Also, one other way to look at this while you're doing the fourfold breath, you're breathing in fire, you're holding your lungs full, which is the outpouring of water in that card. Your lungs are full of creative energy. You're breathing out to the count of 4, releasing pure air energy. And then you're holding your lungs empty, which is an empty womb waiting to be filled. You see how these cards go together, how they flow downwards, creating, and then recycling. Creation, recycle, creation, recycle, creation, recycle. And continue that fourfold breath and the visualizations until you feel that you are done, at which point cease to breathe in the fourfold fashion and say, unto thee, Yad He Vav He, vibrate Yad He Vav He, I ascribe to thee the kingdom, the glory, and the power. And then finish off by doing the Kabbalistic cross from the beginning of the Lesser Banishing. You do not have to do a whole nother Lesser Banishing, just do the Kabbalistic cross, and you are done. You move on to either the next ritual or close off with the Tarot Contemplation. And that is the Fourfold Rite of the Tarot. Practice it. Rhythmic breathing is very important, and I'll get into why later.